Well, there you have it, guys. Sean Strickland beats Israel Adesanya to become the new middleweight champion. And I didn't see that one coming. Like many didn't, like Vegas looking at the odds before the fight. They didn't see that coming either. But I mean, gotta take your hat off and give it to Sean for doing such a good job of just having Izzy back up the entire night. I don't think I've ever seen Izzy have to fight like that in UFC or kickboxing. It was just Sean was just up in his face like all night long, and it was like I don't know whether Izzy just didn't. It was almost like he just wasn't going and was kind of just slow and not really engaging the way I thought he should. I kept watching the fight and thinking to myself, like at some point you're just gonna have to like stop moving back and just stand there and just fight him to get him up off you, but he didn't. And for every round, just backing up, backing up, backing up. And I was also listening to the press conference at the end with Eugene, and he said something pretty interesting about the fight. Also, um, before the fight, I was thinking that Izzy would be the one to throw all these different feints and draw these reactions out of Strickland. But Eugene said something that was interesting, which was actually Izzy was kind of hesitant to go. He said something to the effect that Izzy kind of knew that every time he threw, Sean was going to throw too, and so it kind of threw off the way that Izzy would go for his counters, which, like I said, it's kind of an interesting perspective to think about. I also have to say this fight felt different. Like this loss was so one sided that it's like I want to find out a way or a reason to reconcile with what I just watched. Like, was there an issue with Izzy? Was he hurt? Was there an issue in training camp? Was there something going on in his corner? Has he just been taking too many fights over the last couple of years? Is this like that particular time in the middleweight's career where you just kind of take a loss that you didn't expect, and then from here on out, Izzy just doesn't look the same to us? Kind of like when we watched Anderson Silva lose to Chris Weidman. Like, is this some sort of beginning of the end for Izzy? I don't want to jump to that conclusion because I honestly, for full disclosure, I'm a full fan myself. I always liked the way Izzy fought and enjoyed his fights, but I have been watching UFC for just as a fan for quite a while, and it happens to certain fighters, especially ones like Izzy, where his stand up is amazing. Some of the best the sport has ever seen. But one thing about fighters who are so gifted when it comes to their reflexes and counters, that fades over time. I watched it with Floyd in boxing. Like it's just at some point you just lose just a little bit, and that's enough to make a difference in the fight. It's enough to when somebody's throwing a jab, you can't get out of it the way that you used to. And I'm not like necessarily calling like all doom to Izzy's career, but it's just something that I thought of as I was watching the fight. It just looked optically like other things that I saw, and honestly, coupled with that, Izzy has no ground game, so it's not like when you're having an off night standing up, you can't. I heard he said he can't really find his jab and all of that stuff. When that's not working for whatever reason, it's having other fighters and you don't have that ground game. Uh, that could become an issue. And after this also opens up the question of, does Izzy deserve a rematch? Will there be a rematch? And I'm not sure this time. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Comment below. Does Izzy deserve a rematch after that performance? All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. See ya. I'm out.